this session is everything about Figma. Here the name is like design with Figma for Power BI. What we can do in Power BI, we can create a dashboard, right? Right. We create some charts, cards, and some measures and columns, and we will visualize them. But to make people more attractive and people to get better understanding on your dashboard, we need to design it in a good way. For that purpose, we are using Figma for this session. Okay, let's start this session. uh, like you guys have a question like, can we use Figma for design? Yes, we can use Figma for design in Power BI. And Figma is used by the UI UX designers, me for to design websites and web pages. The people who design websites, web pages, and mobile applications, those people we can call them as UI UX designers. They completely done this part like UI UX, user interface and user experience, to make our experience much better. Then with the help of same Figma, you can make your report looks more attractive. And what we need to know about Figma uh, when when we are trying to do some design for Power BI report, just the basic understanding of the interface is enough to work with Figma. And you have question like, is Figma free to use? Yes, Figma is available for free to use as of now. You can just go to Figma website and you can sign up and you can download it and you can use it for free. And the next thing is how to design a report in Figma. Designing always to be done at the end of the report, when we have completed all our analysis part, like creating graphs, creating charts, creating cards, creating some other visuals, measures, and calculated columns, etc. At the end of the project, at end of the report, for that whole skeleton like report, we will dress it up, means we'll do some makeup to that whole report. That's we call as design here. To design a report, we need to know about a few things. Then before, let's see how to download Figma and uh, see how it works. For uh, for Figma, for downloading Figma, you need to go to the Figma website and you can find one thing here, Figma downloads. Click on this. And here are some options for desktop, mobile, and font installers. Like if you are using a MacBook, you can go for the first one, and if you are using a Windows, click on the second one. Automatically, it will get downloaded, and you can install from here. Already, I have installed my Figma app. You can see it here. See, this is my Figma app. After downloading it, you can install it and just sign up using your own email ID. That any Gmail account is fine. And after doing that your Figma application will look like this. And after that, you can see here there are two things, right? Design file and Figma Jamboard. Just click on the design file. Like it's in the setup process of Figma, it will ask that what is your team name. Like I have given my team name as Surya, so that's why it was showing here. Just click on that. Automatically, it will redirects you to the new tab. It was untitled by default. You can name as you like. And now let's check the interface of Figma first. Here you can see that it's the main menu. Let's in Figma we call this one is there, right? Somewhat light black thing. This thing is we call as toolbar. So in Figma toolbar, uh, there are some uh, 9 icons were there. In this 9 icons, the first icon is main menu icon. Here what we can do is we can with the help of file, you can create new files and edit some of few options, some of the few design things we can do using this options in this main menu, like edit, view, object, text, arrange, and all. You can explore them later. After that, we are having another tool here called move or scale. It's generally used to move objects from one place to another place. And the second and the third icon, it is frame. See in frame, if you click on frame, see here we are having it has given some default frames. Frame is nothing but it's a type of layout, like what we are having in Power BI. Power BI we are having 16 into 16 is to 9 ratio, that Power BI dashboard, right? Its layout size is 16 is to 9. Similarly, in Figma they were providing with some default layouts. They call that as frames. If you want to design a dashboard for iPhone 14 and 15 Pro Max, just you click on that, automatically the layout will be appeared here. Likewise, you can play with that, like there are many more options, like after phone it's tablet, desktop, presentation, watch. For every different type of things there are different frames. You can use your frame as you wish. And next icon, it is shape tools. In shape tools we are having rectangle, line, arrow, ellipse, polygon, star, place, image, or video. Like these are nothing but the shapes with which we can create the layout, and to make our report look more attractive, and remaining, like each shape serves its own importance, so you can use a shape as per your requirement. And this pen tool, this was one of a good tool, pen tool, with which you can design a shape. Means with the shape you are having, like if I take rectangle, you can cut it like that using pen. So it will be look like a shape. So like this you can play with pen. After that, it is text tool. Here in text tool, you can take a box, and here you can write a text, you can write text. And about the formatting options, I will discuss later, like about this design pen and all. After that, after text box we are having resources. Here we are having different type of resources available in Figma, like components, plugins, and widgets. Those three serve their own importance, but they were not required for now. And coming to hand and move, they move, this move tool is there, right? They both does the same. Okay. And this one is comment. This one was useful for people when they are working in a team, like if a person has any doubt regarding a project, like regarding project or anything, like then a particular member will place a comment here, like can I delete this object. Then if any team member uh, who was able to answer that particular comment, he will mention that in that comment, like yes you can delete, so that he can delete like that. So likewise you can use this comment option. uh, Now let's check the dashboard, how to use the dashboard and how to create a layout and all. For that, first I am choosing a rectangle here. Generally, I prefer using the layout of or a dashboard as 1600 is to 900. 1600 is the width, and height is 900. I believe that it was a good size, a good layout size, so that we can do any means we can do less adjustment with this type of size, because everything what we are planning, like every visual can be fit into this particular layout. So that's why I'm taking 1600 into 900 900 ratio. And coming to the design pane, right? See here, X and Y are there right here in design pane. Here what X and Y it does is it indicates the position of this particular object. This rectangle is an object. uh, we are treating it as a layout, like with width and height. You know this, right? Like now I had adjusted the width and height to 1600 raised to 900, which it was showing here. And then next it comes to this rotation. It basically means that actually this the objects which we are placing in the this canva on Figma, it defaultly was set to the 0 degree rotation. Like if you want to make it tilt, you can apply 90 here. So let's see, it got tilted. Likewise you can play with this rotation. For now I was keeping it 0. And this one, this thing is their right corner radius, we call it as corner radius. Here in corner radius, we are having some shapes in Power BI or in PowerPoint. You can observe in Power BI they, sorry, in PowerPoint there is a shape called rounded rectangle. Like what they will make is for the corners, uh, they will apply some radius. See here, I'm applying 30. So the corners had become round, right? This means that the radius of this particular shape is 30 mm. So likewise you can we can create a rounded rectangle type of shape using this corner radius. And here we can call it, we can use it as, we can call it as constraint proportion. Constraint proportion, it has no uses basically. Like when we are doing some wireframing type of works, it was advanced Figma. Like when we are connecting two type of screens, we can use this constraint proportions for that. But for now, we don't need to, we don't use that for now. uh, let's make it default 0 and see, like this one is called independent corners. Here in independent corners what we will do is, like for every for every individual corner we can apply the corner radius. In some Power BI reports you can see a shape like this. Like I think you have seen this type of shape in some Power BI reports. See, they will make cards like this, and they will keep like, they will keep their card values in this. It's a different type of shape. So likewise for creating that type of things, we can use this independent corners type of setting. Here comes the another thing called, here it is called, it is layer. In layer we are having different type of filters: normal, dark, and multiply, plus, darker. These all are different type of filters. We can apply those filters as per our requirement. But we need to have some knowledge on this light and screen. What does this do basically? When you add extra elements to this particular layout, like adding extra rectangles to it. Then if I change colors of these, see, at this time, if you select these objects, click on pass, click on darken, like that thing is there, right? The color will get more darker. Likewise these are type of some filters which make our report to be more attractive in the way we use. So for using these type of layers and all, we need to go, we need to get some knowledge on these layers. And this 100% is there, right? This is the opacity or transparency of the particular component or a shape. See, if I decrease it to 80%, it was more brighter. See, you can observe the difference. I have decreased the transparency to 40%, so that's why, see, its color got changed and it was transparent. Likewise, you can change the transparency of each and every shape which you have created in Figma. Next thing we are going to learn about, like, fill. Fill is nothing but adding some colors to a component or a shape. Here in Figma, see, we are having a huge flexibility of playing with colors. This thing we call it as solid type of color filling, and this is a gradient. Here it's an image. We call it as it is a video. Here in solid, you can choose wide range of colors here, like yellow, blue, whatever it may be. But the main thing is, like, creating a gradient is somewhat difficult in tools like powerbi, powerpoint, canva, or anything. But here in Figma, you can uh, use it very easily. See, this thing we call it as gradient. And see how this shape looks like. It's completely different, right? It was looking more attractive than the previous color. By default, it looks like it was like this, but now by adding gradient, it was a different thing. So likewise, you can play with these colors in Figma. And coming to different type of gradients, this is a linear gradient actually, because see, the flow of colors is linear, means from upward to downwards or downwards to upwards. So that's why we are calling it as linear gradient. And afterwards, radial, like it will be like a radius type of thing. See, you can increase or decrease uh, from any point, like the definition will be from what we can say, from circumference of the two endpoint. See, this is the circumference of this, right, of this particular layout, and to the endpoint we are doing it, so that's why we are calling it as a radial gradient. Similarly, angular gradient, diamond gradient. Like, choose a good gradient type of thing and use it in a good way, so that you can make your report looks more attractive. Likewise, you can use it an image, video, whatever it may be, your wish. After that, let's talk about stroke. Stroke, it's nothing but see, it was uh, it, it was a, what we call, it looks like a border, but actually it looks like a border. Likewise, you can create border for your layout. And borders are and coming to borders also, here you are having three type of borders. One was a center border, inside and outside borders. You can create any border as you wish. And here, it is the width of the border. Here I have given 10, suppose I have given 20. See, the width of the border had increased. After that, strokes per side, like if you want to add the border only to the top, sorry, top, it looks. Likewise, you can add it to the all, bottom, left and right, as per your. And this thing is somewhat the advanced thing, but not really advanced. Was about stroke style. In stroke, we are having two different type of strokes. One was solid and one was dash. If you need a solid one, go with the solid one. I prefer to go with solid one. And here we are having another two things like join. Sorry, in joins we are having meter, bevel, and round. Each one serves their own importance. Main thing is here is like this join is there, right? The end point or the corners of this layout. If you click on this meter, it will be you get that sharp type of edges or corners. If it is bevel, like the corners will be get flattened, and if it is round, the corners will be round. Thus that was the main use case of this join. Like this, you can come into effects. Here in effects also, we are having an option called shadows in Power BI. Every person who uses this Power BI, they know well about shadows, right? See here, it was a drop shadow here because of white color. See here, you can observe that shadow, right? This thing, this is that shadow. If you click on inner shadow, it will disappears. Nothing here. Likewise, if you drop shadow, that shadow effect which we are seeing in the Power BI, it will appear here. If you want to increase that shadow, uh, um, means that shadow thing, you can adjust here so that you can uh, get more shadow effect. And after that, let's talk about text. Like here now, I want to make it as a financial. Like how we are having the design pane for the shape, similarly we are having the same design pane for this text also. See, x and y, those represent the position of the text, and w and h, this represent the width and height of this particular text one. See, 1058 into 29, the same we are having here. Here also you can do that type rotation type of thing to make your font tilt, rotate, whatever it may be. Like if I do rotation, it like this. And layers and in layers, this pass through is also the same thing. The thing we discussed in that uh, shape section, shape design section. This is a type of filter, and here you can adjust the transparency of this so that uh, its opacity or transparency will get decreased and it looks like this. And see in the text section, We are having this inter is there, right? It is nothing but the font type, means the name of the font, sorry. Here in Figma we are having option we can access different type of fonts, different type of fonts we can access. But in Power BI we are having very less fonts that won't match our needs or requirements. So you can select your required font, your desired font, and use it in creating this design. As well as you can also import new type of fonts into this Figma, so that uh, see here we are having installed by you, right? Here using this resources section you can install some other fonts and you can use it in your design. And see this regular and all this thing is right, regular. This is nothing but the fonts, we call it as font style. Like if we use it, use extra bold, it will become bold. And we are having that bold, italic, all type of things, right, in Power BI. Here we are having uh, this type of drop down from where we can select italic or bold formats or styles. From here it is 96, right? From here you can adjust the size of the font, whatever it may be, you can keep like that. And this thing line height, it generally what it means is like it's the vertical alignment of the font. And like letter spacing, we know that, right? Letter spacing, it also comes under this alignment type of thing. Like the spacing between each and every character uh, will be adjusted from here. And paragraph spacing, like the here here we have for the letter spacing I have told that it's the space between two characters. Likewise, when coming to paragraph spacing, it was the space between two paras. And these all things about the alignment, you can explore them later. And the things what we are doing in the design part of the layout of a shape, um, regarding these colors or fill, we can do it here as same, like the solid, gradient, image and video. We can use these type of effects to make our uh, report looks good. See, likewise you can play with this, you can adjust those colors, and you can create your desired type of uh, fill, gradient fill to that particular font. After font we are having stroke. Like I have told you earlier that with the help of stroke we can create a border type of thing for a shape. Similarly, you can create the borders for the text also. uh, for every color, for every letter, see how the border appears here. Likewise you can do many more things. And for effects you can create the shadow type of effect for this the drop shadow, you can have it. Likewise, you can create that shadow type of effects for every font, sorry, every text. Now after that, let's talk about this shape type of thing. When we format for for a shape or text, see, if I click on, if you do a right click on this, you can find several options like copy, paste to replace. You all know this. Like if you want to copy a particular object or a shape, and you can paste it anywhere you want. And the spring to font or send to back, these are the layers adjustment. Like this, in Figma, this is the type of layer, this is one layer, this is one layer, this one, we are having three layers here totally. If you click on bring to front, see, but it was at the front. Now send to back, yeah, it went to back. Like that you can play with the layers. And group section, like I want it as my this rectangle as my background of this font or text. Just select this two, give a right click, and group it, so that, see, it will be my background for whenever I move this text from one place to another place. Along with that text, the shape will also move, so that we call as grouping. So that this frame selection and all, we don't need for now. This is all about Figma. um, any doubt, guys?
No,
uh,
sir.
yeah, and I forgot to show you one thing. See, we are
Sorry to disturb. Like, I have no doubt. Like, how do you have a Power BI or you just dashboards over here?
y-
What data you are doing?
yeah, I will show you. See, the last step of this is like exporting this component from here to Power BI, right? See, just for that, just click on this free space and click on this export item. Better here we can select our desired type of file extension. Here I am choosing svg as my file extension, and I want you to do the same, and click on this export untitled. See, you can find a component or a thing here with the name called untitled. Like I have that my project name was untitled, right? So the same was reflecting here. Click on export. You can save here. Once after saving it to Power BI, see in canvas background, see,